Hello friends, and welcome to the weekend. I hope you've had a wonderful week. This is going to be your energy read and tarot messages for Friday, April 25th through Sunday the 24th to the 26th. It's been a busy week and I don't even remember what the day is now. So this is going to just cover Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But of course, trust the timing of tarot. Whenever this finds you is of course the right time for this message to be delivered. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do a 9-card block for the weekend because of course the weekend is a bit of a hinge time between the week we've just lived through and weekend, which has its own energy and a little bit of a preview of the week to come. So let's go ahead and get all the cards on the board and then we'll have a look. Oh goodness. Okay, love that. 10 of Wands. The 8 of Swords, I don't know if it came out quite reversed or upright. It was a little bit sideways, and I'll remember that when we, oh my goodness. Well, those 3 just shot right out. And, all right, we're gonna take these. So this is 3 for our last card. And there is no bottom of the deck energy. So it is, Spirit is saying, not my business. Not for us to look at right now. We need to focus on what is on the table, not what is happening beneath the surface. So that might be an important message in and of itself right there. So, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 2 of Wands, sort of speaking to where we are, what we've been moving through. 2 of Pentacles, you know, this has come out a bit recently, and it's very, I think this is a continuation because it's learning how to juggle things and juggle things in the 3D realm. So this could be more responsibilities, more things competing for your energy. There could have been, and this is generally a positive card, and in this spread I'm seeing it as positive. There could have been a promotion, there could have been a new opportunity, there could just be something added to your life, a new pentacle. And now there's this dance of how do I balance it all? It's learning that dance, and it can feel like a lot. And for me, especially when you look at the choppy waters behind it, you know, in traditional Rider-Waite, you see this very up, down with the waves. And it's the card for me of finding your sea legs. It's as you're kind of in these choppy waters, as things are moving, you have to find a balance from a different place within. You've got to find your center of gravity somewhere a little bit different than you would when you're just walking on calm, flat, smooth ground. So this dance is taking you to a deeper place of balance within. And of course, our 2 pentacles here are held within that infinity symbol, the Mobius strip, which is that infinite flow of life. This is a dance, in and out, yin and yang, sort of rising and falling action. So finding those sea legs also means learning this dance and this rhythm of how things go. And I think for a lot of people, and I'm kind of seeing this here and thinking about the readings recently, this has been a very active spring. This has been a lot of like yang energy and a lot of people taking things on, expanding their capacity. And as that happens, you know, it's a cycle that is sort of natural to move through. It can make us feel exhausted and kind of overworked and stretched very far beyond outside ourselves. But those cycles, that energy kind of peaks and then it starts to wane again. So like rest is coming. You know, it's not forever, but when we are in those phases of that kind of expansion, it does stretch us and it expands our capacity. Now, it also, as I said, kind of recalibrates us. It changes our place of balance within, and we come to the 8 of Cups here, which is walking away from an unfulfilling situation. And it is perhaps that having had this new pentacle added, having learned this new dance and recalibrated, that what was fulfilling now isn't so much. And there's an awareness that there is something more. 2 of Wands here. There's a looking to new horizons, which both of these cards, the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Wands, are looking towards the horizon. looking out towards the water of what else might be out there. You know, she's moving, and I love this depiction because there are 8 stars in the sky that she's moving towards as she moves away from this 8 of Cups. So she's got a new vision. The star card in the tarot is all about vision, inspiration, hope, and healing. And that is what she's moving towards, 8 of them, in fact. And then we have our 2 of Wands here, which is, this is, the 8 of Cups speaks to sort of that emotional decision to make that transition, while our 2 of Wands is sort of kind of scanning the horizon for, you know, what's possible, what's out there, how are we going to put this into action, what does this look like going forward. He's holding the world in his hands, but he's still sort of behind this wall. He hasn't moved quite yet, but he's surveying the scene and considering, now that he has the world in his hands, and perhaps that's what this 2 of Pentacles has helped facilitate, helped him get to the feeling like he has the world in his hands. What will he then do with it? There's so many options. It's limitless. But he hasn't moved yet. However, 8 of Wands, fastest moving card in the deck along with the Chariot. This is quick, sudden action, incoming communication. It's a card of travel. It's deciding to go somewhere. Now, it could be incoming, but given where we're coming from, you know, I'm always looking for clues with the 8 of Wands if it's incoming action or outgoing action from us. And I think this is action that you, the viewer, we, people who are consuming this tarot right now, are initiating, are taking, having sort of gone through this process of kind of recalibrating the self and kind of recalibrating the compass after learning the options. Now there's some quick movement. 9 of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards, sort of pre-Empress energy. She's in her garden. She has all of her resources around her. She knows what her resources are, which is very important. These are all her pentacles that she has grown herself. And now she is sitting in her own abundance. And she has the hawk here, this divine protector, divine messenger. So this is acting from a place of being clear, being... Saying settled in oneself is such an understatement. It's being like, she's pregnant. She has life growing out of her. It's a wonderful energy to be in. And it's also, this is kind of my single and loving it kind of card, whether you're attached or not. It's just that really being in your own energy and trusting your actions because you know they will bear fruit. And then we have here strength. And notice right away the Mobius strip above her head. Now, what was kind of learning this dance in the external realm, it's now fully integrated with her. It's strength. And this is what has given her strength, this experience. And it has shifted her perspective. The Mobius strip is above her crown. So this is how she sees now. And this is just delightfully strong. I will say it's feminine energy, and that doesn't mean male, female, don't worry about gender expression. It's just that particular feminine expression of strength where here she has not conquered and slain the beast, the lion. She has befriended it. She has tamed it with her wisdom, with her approach. And now it is at her service because she has befriended it. So this is just like really abundant, trusting your own actions. There's no fear here. And that's not a brazen, callous, knight energy. I'm not afraid, I'm going to charge in. This is wisdom. This is the experience that she's gained that is informing these actions. And there's such a trust of self in this reading. I mean, truly. I don't think I can state that enough. And it comes from experience. There is an ownership of choices and one's own vision, learning that here, putting it into practice here for your own benefit. And when I say for your own benefit, I by no means mean that it's a selfish thing. When we have this strength in ourselves, then it can overflow and benefit others. If we are an empty cup and an empty vessel and stressed and all over the place, we can serve no one. It isn't possible. But when we have this strength and this clarity and this sense of self, we can flow that out to others. We can be that strong presence for others. So it is not selfish. It is the right kind of self-strength. And then coming down here, now, these are slightly tougher cards, but I actually love the way they're lining up. 10 of Wands is like completing the journey. We actually, interesting, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, all present here. This 10 of Wands, it's nearing the end of a long, exhausted journey, but it's in sight. The end is in sight. You know, it is completing that journey. And I love the 8 of Swords reverse here because, these two cards, let's just take them individually for a moment. This 10 of Wands, completing this journey, is what helps to release this 8 of Swords, this anxiety, this overthinking, this feeling of being trapped. This is like the mental prison of one's own creation. It's analysis paralysis. And the 10 of Wands here, having found the strength, because this card can speak to exhaustion. It's been a long, arduous journey. But once you get there, you know you can do it, and no one can ever take that away from you. And with our 8 of Wands here, you notice, 8 of Swords, the castle's in the background. She can't see it. She's stuck, even though she could free herself quite easily. Reversed, this is what is being released. We are breaking out of this mental prison because we have found the strength to get all the way to that castle. And no one, once you have done that, once you have completed this journey with that strength, it's in you forever. So I love this releasing of what previously was a sort of stuck and trapped mindset. And again, it's the experience that has facilitated that. Now let's start with the 9 of Wands here with these last 3 cards. The 9 of Wands can speak to, in other decks, traditional Rider-Waite, it's depicted more as the wounded warrior. But does this look like a wounded warrior to you? It certainly does not to me. In fact, it is illustrating exactly what I was just saying. This journey has been completed. This I can't mentality is gone. And now she is equipped to stand her ground and defend everything she has worked for. Whatever challenges come, she's ready. She's got these 8 wands behind her. She's carrying the 9th. This is her experience, her hard-won battle lessons that have empowered her to stand this ground, come what may. And then we have the World, and we finished with the 2 of Swords, which is interesting. So let's talk to the World first, which is the completion of the cycle. So this is this 10 of Wands journey. We're done. We've closed it out. This is the last card in the tarot deck. And then the season gets to turn, having completed this. So this is the completing of this cycle. Now, mind you, we are kind of previewing what's to come here. So this is in the future. So you might still find yourself a little bit in 10 of Wands, a little bit exhausted, a little bit breaking out of this. So please take encouragement from this. Trust yourself because you are completing this. And this World speaks to the culmination and the closing out of whatever this cycle is. Now, 2 of Swords. This can also represent a choice to be made. It's going within, balancing the head and the heart. It can be a little bit of walking a tightrope. But what I'm getting with this 2 of Swords in this context, it's like taking a moment to reflect and assess where you are now, having gone through all of this. It is, you know, the closing of one cycle inevitably opens the beginning of another one. I'm going to clarify this in a moment with one more card and see if we can get a sense of what this question is, because it does sort of pose a question, but actually what I'm also getting here is there's a choice now of what direction to go in. You are a new you. This cycle is completed. Now what? Let's see if we can get a couple more cards to help clarify this. So I'm going to say 3 cards for advice and clarification. So we have, well, here's 2 right there. Justice, Ace of Wands, and the Two of Swords is kind of a baby Justice card for me, so I'm not surprised to see Justice coming out here. Ace of Wands is that, I mean, talk about beginning of a new cycle. It's that springtime, new, passionate, fiery energy. Not those cards, I was told. Okay, hold on. Let me stop talking for a moment because a specific card wants to come out, so let me feel into this. Here it is. Six of Wands, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I mean, this is, Tarot's like, if you didn't get it the first time, let me tell you again, this is the end of a cycle, the end of a way of doing things, the end of an old belief system. And look at what, now these are kind of to clarify where we leave off with our Two of Swords. So we have Justice, which to me is like grown-up Two of Swords. It's restoring balance, it's putting things back in their rightful place. We have Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. And we have the Six of Wands, which is victory. So what I am getting with this Justice, because we're kind of getting strangely a repeat of these last three cards in these next three clarifying cards. With the Two of Swords and Justice, and I take Justice not in the law and order sense, but in the allocating things to their right place, there is a sense of perhaps a time of integration, really. All of this has been a lot of energy, like I was saying at the beginning. And this is almost like a pause to let things settle and to let the energies and sort of the fruits of all of this be allocated where they are meant to go. And that could be assessing the costs of the journey, whether that's mental, emotional, material, any amends that might need to be made because energy has been focused in one place and perhaps not in another. But I'm getting this as a temporary pause, because here we go. Ace of Wands. And with the Six of Wands, this is like kind of coming home victorious. And what I'm getting here, because this completion of the journey is a little bit of a homecoming, and it's bringing home victory for the benefit of all. So it's like, what do we do? And maybe that's your question, is now that I've gained all of this, what do I do with it? How do I serve with it? Justice. How do I now transform it and turn it into, let's say, a new business idea or a new creative project? All of this experience can now be transformed for a passionate new beginning for you and for the service of others. So there may be some question, having completed this cycle, at the end of a painful cycle, 10 of Swords. Now where do we go from here? Which is a great place to be. It's a great question. And that, is the question that Tarot is leaving us off with. So it is going to be answered as we progress. So stay tuned as we continue this journey. I hope this served, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.